I have attempted to record this video so many times, and I did have one full. The first one that I recorded was complete, but of course things happened and now it no longer exists. So I'm gonna do it again. Yesterday I received a bill in the amount of $38,303.72. Why, you might ask? Well, to answer that question, I need to go back in time a little bit. Let's go back to November. November the 6th was the night that I decided that I needed to listen to my intuition and follow my heart and speak my truth in regards to my marriage. I'm going through a divorce now, but that is the night that I decided. I couldn't stay silent any longer. So I had a conversation, and I poured everything out. I explained why it needed to happen, and I thought that I was met with understanding and respect, but things changed on November 25th. The whole month of November, I was going through a very impactful spiritual awakening, and I have had many over the course of my life, but this one actually changed it. On the 25th, it was a normal day. I would have some tea, I would sing, listen to some music, I would dance. I spent some time by the lake. I was laying down, looking up at the clouds, watching the many forms. That was good. We had a friend over to help watch the girls, and I was in a good space. Well, I also felt that there was something else going on. I could feel the energy was off. My ex was trying to get me to go for a ride with him, and I didn't want to go because I was fine. Why would I go anywhere? I'm good. But when I looked into his eyes, I could tell that there was something wrong. I saw desperation and longing and fear. I saw fear, but I didn't really understand it. I just wanted to stay in my world, my inner world. But then a friend and I ended up going to go get some sweets, and on the drive I was telling her about my new perspective on life and where I wanted it to go. And I felt so confident, a confidence I hadn't felt in such a long time. I felt joy, happiness, a renewed sense of purpose, I guess. Anywho, we got back home, and turns out my ex was trying to get me to go with him to the hospital for a psych evaluation, but he was trying to have me Baker acted. And he said, I promise you things will go a whole lot easier, or this will go a whole lot easier if you just come with me. I didn't want to go because I'm like, there's nothing wrong with me. I shared things with him about my spiritual awakening that I shouldn't have, thinking that it was a safe space for me to do so, but it wasn't. Something told me that I needed to go. I received signs, actually, that I needed to go. Just go. So instead of them coming to get me, I went voluntarily because I knew that there's nothing wrong. The moment I stepped in there, I could tell that they knew I was no threat. I I sat down, I talked, I did whatever it was that I needed to do. I sat there for hours. But the initial conversation, I told them exactly what was going on. I told them that this was an act of desperation because, according to him, this was a sudden change that I wanted to be divorced. I wanted to go. I needed to leave the situation that I was in. And he couldn't wrap his mind around it because still to this day, he doesn't understand what he put me through. And this act was done in an attempt to make it seem as though I was delusional, that something had to be wrong with me because I wanted to choose myself. Well, the hours passed and I experienced a wide range of emotions. I was very angry because this person that I cared about betrayed me. And all I did was love them. Always. I put them before me because I knew he needed it. He needed to be loved. He needed to be reminded that he wasn't alone, that he's capable of achieving anything he sets his mind to. I apologize, I got distracted. That he was worth it. I took it too far because in doing those things, I completely abandoned myself and I tolerated things that I should not have. This was just the icing on the cake. So I sat there for hours. They released me because there was no need to hold me because they knew that there was nothing wrong with me. All I could think about while I was in there were my children and if they were okay. I didn't want to be away from them and I didn't want to be there, but on the bright side, it was nice to have some quiet time to myself. So yeah. But yeah, after that day, everything completely changed. So now I have this bill for sitting in a hospital that I didn't need to be in, proving that there was nothing wrong with me to begin with, for $38,000. Does that make any sense? It doesn't to me. He had the nerve to tell me, you may not see it, but I did it because I love you. Now, I don't know about you, but that's not love. What kind of love is that? He even went so far as to ask me, are you sure that you want this divorce? Yes. Yes, more than ever. Because I sat there and I explained how you hurt me and why I needed to go, not just for me, but for my children, so I can be the woman that I need to be for them. And you do this. Took it too far. There's no going back. That was just the last confirmation that I needed. Now I know that I was put in this situation, or I chose this for a reason. My lessons have been learned, and his lessons, that's none of my concern anymore because I tried. Every day I tried. And now I'm stuck with this. My days consist of me waking up, taking care of my children, taking care of myself, dancing, listening to music, cooking and cleaning when I can, because my hands are full. I have a almost 3-year-old and an almost 1-year-old. My hands are full, but I do my best. Every day I wake up, I show up, and I do my best with what I have, always. I spend time by the lake. I feed the geese. I feed the ducks. I create something if I can. And I have not done wrong. I want to live in a world where it's safe for us to be ourselves. So what? I look at things differently. So what? I have crystals. So what? I look at everything as a sign. That's because that's how it is. Anyways, that's the reason why I posted the tweet that I posted this morning. Because it doesn't make any sense.